Hello everyone, ciao, bonjour, salut, buongiorno. So, I'm sat in my car, obviously. It's a place I like to come sometimes and sit and think and get stuff done because I don't have my own home or my office at the moment, but I'm hoping that will be rectified at some point in the coming months. So hence, I'm often on the move, often doing my work from when I can do my work, which is very rarely, because that would require some help with my children, some childcare, and I've only got limited childcare at the moment. So I'm going to read something which I've just read through. Always good to have a little read through of something you're about to read and post online before you actually do it, right? So I've given myself a bit more time. So this one I've read, it's called The Savage Wake. So there's two things there. There's wake as in to wake up, to become awoken. But then there's also what I was actually, I suppose, concentrating on at the time, which is the theme of war. So at this point I would have already looked at some war poems through my English my English classes at school, basically things like Siegfried Sassoon, which really left quite an imprint on me. So I can't remember if this is actually the name of it, but the final line of the poem I'm thinking of his was it ends with Dulce e decorum est pro patria mori, which is, it is a sweet decorum, is it honourable thing to die for one's country, something like that. So if you know the name of that poem, it escapes me at the moment. Silly, isn't it? I should really know that. I'll have to check it and let you know in the comments. So I had that in mind when I suppose when I was doing this, but also, as you'll see in other of my poems, I had this sort of tendency sometimes to write rhyming poetry that had a kind of gory or fantasy, just kind of stuff, that imagery that you would hopefully not have to encounter in reality. So let's have a look. The Savage Wake. Willows on the water tread, a silver singing lily bed. Take and display the severed head, where impaled on stakes are the bodies dead. Upon the thrust of a glinting lead came gushing liquid, crimson, red. It was there the rodents neatly fed. I watched the corpses as they bled, diseased with malice. This brutal war, greyer than the carnage I have seen before, has left me tied amongst the gore, alerted by a raven's caw. Relieved to be rid of the festering roar, I had to get across the moor. I struggled. To move was a painful chore. Above, morose, the clouds gave rain, cleansing me to lessen pain. I had escaped from torture, hunger, strain. But aftermaths of sodden men remain. As silently as the rain passed, staring at the slain spread vast, I lingered as my shadow cast over those who had fought till last. And now I sit by the sleeping stream, tasting the tears as they teem, and seeing the fingers of sunlight gleam through the rushes. Each beam is a poisoned thought in this deadly scheme of death. Left in the late blue evening's steam, I fall asleep, once more to dream. I was just wondering if I read that last bit right or not, that's why I hesitated. Anyway, so yeah, a bit gory, you know. There it is. So I think I was definitely writing about an imagined scene of devastation following some kind of war. And now I look back on that, and I mean, I find it a bit grim. I mean, a bit grim, it's a bit of an understatement, but like, it's not nice to hear. But I'm quite proud of myself for writing that, because I think it's beautifully written. But there are several parts of it which resonate with me in a different respect now. So there's this notion of enduring something very unpleasant and then feeling compelled to move through it, relieved at the end of that process. And now I am contemplating what has happened and observing it from a new perspective. So I'll leave that there, because again, this is getting quite long, and I'll see if there's another one I can post. Grazie mille, ciao, hope you like it, even if it is really gory.